Hey guys, this is Jace, and welcome to another video. So, right here today, I've just got some command blocks, as you can see, obviously. And I'm going to be showing you some pretty useful commands that you could do for applications such as maps and minigames and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to go over a variety of things. Some are really useful. Some of them are like you can put as like a fun thing in mini games, and some of them are just like random fun stuff. So yeah. So I don't know which one I should get started on because these are pretty much like intermediate things. Okay. Let's go over to this one first. This is a really basic one. Basically, this one. If you have some sort of map or something and you don't want your players to ever have to eat or anything, this is gonna do that. So you can have it set on any mode, and they won't have to get food or anything, or they won't run out of food faster, or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty good for map making and stuff. Not even map making, like mini games and all sorts of stuff, you know. In this next one, you might be able to hear it. It's a, and I don't expect you to tell what it is. So it's a chair, basically. So there's a pig here with a saddle on it. Okay, and if we right click it, there we go. Sorry. I forgot what the thing is to change your thing, but yeah, you can sit on it. Yeah, I forgot which button goes into, like, toggles that, but, yeah, sorry. So, yeah, that's a chair, basically. I don't know, it's just a fun little thing you can add. I thought I might as well put it in. TP at E, so every entity except only if type equals pig and R equals 5. So it doesn't teleport literally every pig in the world. So if it goes out just a little bit, it'll teleport it right back. Except this is always active, so it will constantly be teleporting it back. And these are the coordinates of the scaffolding. So it teleports it to there. And little note, when using these repeat command blocks with always active on, remember, do gamer rule command block output false, okay? You just trust me. You probably know what that is. For those of you who don't, just do it. So this will make the pig invisible for us for 5 minutes, if my math's correct. Wait, no, I'm being dumb. That's 10. Okay, sorry. I'm just a little bit brain dead today, like most. Okay, so yeah. So it'll affect the pig with that, and a lot of times you can hide these command blocks just underneath the thing. Okay, right, brackets. So okay, so don't worry about /give, but whenever there's something like @a or something like that, we're going to use @a as an example. So these are the brackets. So there are things you can put in between the brackets. And I'm just going to go over a couple of these, pretty much the main ones. So, name. You just type in the name of the thing, whatever. If you're doing a player, I would put domestic llama 54. If you're doing an animal, say, wait, no. Or, no, that's type, sorry. Yeah, with a name for players, you'd put their gamer tag or whatever. For animals or entities, if you name tag them or put the spawn egg in an anvil like some people do, then you just type in the name that you gave them and it will narrow it down to that. And then we have type. Now, here you type in the type of entity. So, for example, chicken. And don't mind that. That's just the items you would give, because remember, I'm running /give. So don't mind that. But yeah, you pretty much any entity. And remember, they go far beyond animals. Entities are arrows, they're armor stands, you know, you get the point. Entities are basically just a classification of things in the game. So next thing is L. Pretty simple. It's for a player, and that's the level of their XP that you're going to see right above their XP bar if they are in survival mode. There's X or Y or Z. Basically, that will sense if they're at that specific coordinate. So if anyone's at that specific coordinate, it will do that. And remember, you can have it do like X equals blank, Z equals so-and-so. Because if you put one thing and then a comma and then another thing, it won't do that to a player if it meets only one of the requirements. They have to meet all the requirements, which is, yeah, that's good. So, then there's C. And that will only operate a command on something if there are, if there's a specific amount of them. So say, if there's 10 of that certain entity, let's say it's an entity, and let's see it said at E rather than at A, it would, yeah, it would, sorry, I can't talk. It would only work if there's 10. And then we've got scores, which, as you can guess, works with the scoreboard. So if the score for that specific player or entity equals a certain number, then we'll run that command on it. There's tag, which is basically kind of like scores, except you can tag someone with how many ever tags you'd like. Yeah, they're a bit different, and you can use words for them rather than just numbers. And did I cover R? So basically that's just if they're in a certain radius of where the command's being run. And finally, M. This is just their game mode, so you can choose from any of those. And that's pretty much it. Then you can type in the rest of your command. So that was kind of a longer bit, but you did that. Right, now here's the little shop system that we have here. So, how this works, I'll show you. We have an item hopper down here and one up here. And as a player in adventure mode, this is for like adventure mode things. This is like a shop. You put the item up here and you can't access the bottom one because the hitbox of the top one won't allow you to reach the one below it. So this will test if both this block and this block, or those hoppers, are identical. So those are the coordinates of the two hoppers. And then it will /fill. It will replace this hopper with another hopper, and it will actually delete all the NBT data inside without dropping the items inside, which is nice. And then it will give at P dirt 8. So this costs 8 emeralds, and we'll get 8 dirt. So if you'd watch, we put 8 emeralds in the top one, and we get dirt. So basically, when there's 8 emeralds down there, it will test for blocks and see this output says source and destination are not identical because it keeps going around. But yeah, but when they are, when you put the emeralds in, it will be identical to this one. So this will turn on and activate these next command blocks, and this will fill and replace the hopper so it won't just keep filling up with emeralds, and this will give the closest player dirt. So say they pay 8 emeralds for 8 dirt. It can be whatever quantity you want, except to customize it, all you gotta do to make the price is put in however much of that item into here, like your specific item, and then you type in the item you'll get here, and then the amount of it. So that's pretty much it for the shop. If you have any questions about any of these, comment. So here's the next part, and this is a bit different. This is for mini games, okay? So basically, this senses if there's how many players there are in the radius of 5. Now, I'm by myself, but okay. If you have a bigger map, you're going to have to do a much bigger radius than 5, because this is a tiny island, obviously, but you'll be able to figure that out pretty easily. So, sorry. Okay. So, it'll test 4 players. Now, the thing is, if there's 1 player, it'll turn on, but if there's 2 players, it'll extend that redstone signal even more, because that's a comparator. So, if there's 1 player, as you can see, okay, so this will turn off, right? So then this can turn on, except this isn't allowing it to. If I can get a button. So basically why that's under here, and I believe that I haven't updated this for the thing, world download, which I'm putting a world download out there. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can check this out for yourselves. But, yeah, so basically this puts a redstone block there. So this is when the game starts. Now, you only want to activate this after you teleport all the players to the thing. Because if they're not there, it will find the first player there. And, it will give them the win automatically. So, yeah, you don't want that to happen. So, you click this. It'll put a redstone block down there, and you see the reason it disappeared is because I came into the radius of that, and so when there's a redstone block there and this is off, this will turn on. But if there's more players than there's supposed to be, this will automatically turn off. So if there's any amount of players over 1, this will shut that off, okay? Within the map radius. So then, you don't have to dedicate an entire world. So that the radius setting factor is pretty important. So, yeah, so the reason that I had that thing and this redstone block come here was because it's not essential for the map. But say you're a moderator, if you want to get over to the thing without it teleporting you back, you gotta have that in here, so then it will only turn on if it knows there's a game in progress. So when the game ends, it'll get rid of that redstone block, basically. And this command block is empty. This puts the redstone block there. This command block is empty, so this will basically teleport, like, your winner back, and then it will, it will give them a scoreboard thing. Say, like, you have a scoreboard to count wins, it would add one to the scoreboard. The only thing is you want to do that before it teleports them back, so you could just do nearest player. Or else there's really not much of a way to track that if you teleport them back immediately. Okay, and this is something that I really like. I think this is really fun, honestly, messing with this stuff. So, these are slightly more advanced commands, but they're easy. So, execute at E, type equals egg, dash, 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 clone, negative, yeah. Those are the same coordinates, and they'll clone this. So they'll clone fire to, yeah, so the execute command, it'll basically, pretty much self-explanatory, or not that much, but in the word at least. It'll execute this command as if it's on the entity right here. Now we don't need to put anything on these dashes here, so don't worry about that. I mean, sometimes you do, but in most execute commands, you just put that. So, it'll clone the fire to dash, dash, dash. Now, since it's acting like it's on this, it'll set these dashes to the X, Y, Z coordinates of this entity. So, that means that if we throw this egg it'll summon fire. Or clone this to there, which is, it's kind of cool, like, yeah. So, right, this is the crossbow one. So, before I explain how it works, actually, I'm just going to fire it and let you see. Yeah. So, it'll test for at E type equals arrow. So, as soon as you shoot the arrow, this will turn on. Except we have a delay because you don't want it to... You don't want the lightning to hit right as you shoot it, or else, you know, that'd be bad. It would probably hit you too. So we want a delay so it can hit something, potentially. Then it will, so then it will give that like 2-second delay, or 2-tick delay, I mean. I think that's 2 ticks, or around there. It'll execute at E type equals arrow, dash, 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 summon lightning bolt at those coordinates, okay? So, at the coordinates of the arrow, it will do that. Now, if I shoot it up in the air, since it's timed, it won't wait until it hits something. And then, to have it not go on repeat, it's going to kill the arrow. So, it wouldn't just the lightning wouldn't just constantly be hitting it, because that would be bad. Then we have these shulker spawns. So, test for at E name equals lightning bolt. Remember, with these command blocks, these repeating ones, set them to always active. Right. Test for at E name equals lightning bolt. You can tell I really like lightning in this video. So, yeah. So if there is an entity with the name lightning bolt, you see, I said earlier, if you put something in a spawn egg in an anvil, it'll give that the entity's name. So execute at E name equals lightning bolt, so that's the entity. Dash, 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 summon lightning bolt, those are the coordinates it does it at. And then it will kill that entity, of course, so it doesn't repeat. Now, some of these, like the egg, you don't have to repeat, but it's good to do that. So, if I place this, here we go. I don't think I really need much further explaining on that. Oh yeah, except for, the reason I chose shulker boxes is because they'll always fit into, they'll always go, or shulkers, they're within the border of the, block. So it's not like other entities where they can walk around or be on, like, you know, like right between two. A shulker, it's nice in that way. So, this will test for at E name equals house. This is a different one. So if that entity is there, it will execute at E name equals house. Clone these 6 coordinates. Those 6. So there's 3 coordinates on this, 3 up here, obviously. So that is basically the perimeter of the house. So it's gonna clone that. So those first 6 numbers is the object it's cloning. This is where it's cloning it to. Now, the reason I have dash 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 with -2 on X and Y. Okay, so when I place it down, it goes to this corner. You see, this is positive X, this is positive Z. Now, the corner it's going to clone at is always going to be the negative, the least, whichever has the least number. I can't find the word. So it will spawn at this corner, right? So now if I take this is how. Okay, so the -2 is because it has an offset. Since it's at that corner, we want it to be in the center. Now you'd think it's adding to, but no, it's just negative. I'm not even sure why, but yeah, there we go. We got a house. Pretty simple. Then it kills a shulker, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I have the world download in the description, so check that out if you want to. If you're looking into making maps or mini games, I definitely recommend this. So yeah, just thanks for watching, and hope you check out the world.